small world.
Indeed, as we jam to the sound of Clifton Bailey, bet many of you didn't know that, more popularly known as Capleton, we say greetings and salutations. It's another edition of Fan Central Paris Podium. My name is Orville Higgins, and I'm joined as usual by Chevron Richards, who is the current manager of Jamaica's Clifton team, and my co-presenter for today. How do you do, Chevron? Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Seeing your colors and thing.
Always, you can never go wrong with black, green, and gold.
Yeah. Well, in Paris, the biggest upset on day 4 of the Olympics is that America's flag bearer and medal favorite Coco Gauff was eliminated from the third round of tennis today. She fell in straight sets to Croatia's Donan in what was a game that had some controversies, you may want to call it. What you thought about the game?
My heart felt it for her. She's a first-timer to the Olympics, 19 years old. So she was very emotional about the game, and Donna having come from behind in terms of a controversial call, for her to lose, you know, it was hard for her. Yeah. Actually, what happened was she served the ball, the serve was returned, and the line judge called it out, and the chair judge called it in. So she went over to try to, you know, argue the point, and then it led to an emotional moment, thinking it always happened when she was in Paris, because she's no stranger to that court.
Her argument was that the minute the line judge said, oh, she said it affected her and her completion at the point. We have a reaction from Coco Gauff today. Here's the quote. Can we take it now? There it is. She says, "This isn't fair. You call it out before I hit the ball. You have to be 100% sure. It always happens to me on this court. I always have to advocate for myself. This is the 4th, 5th time this year. This isn't fair. I feel like I'm getting cheated on constantly in this game." This is Coco Gauff. Does she have a point?
She has a point, and it does throw off your game as an athlete, especially for somebody who played court sports. It does throw off your game, and Donna coming from behind and beating her by that margin, it's just evident. I'll
tell you something. Football took a while before they had goal line technology. Football I play from Wapikil Phillip is about 3 years ago. Them decide goal line. So the goal line is simple. It's either in or it out. Which other sport? Cricket start using their own video review.
Volleyball uses it as well.
Volleyball. What is it that is preventing tennis from using technology? No, is either the ball in or it out?
I have no idea, because in volleyball, now in the Olympics, if there is a query, you have 2 chances per set to ask for a review.
To ask for a review.
Yeah, they don't do it for tennis just yet.
They need to get modernized as far as line judges are concerned. Simone Biles and Team USA Gymnastics, by the way, they clinched gold in today's women's semi-final. Biles, who battled a calf injury in the preliminary round, competed in all 4 gymnastic events: the vault, the uneven bars, the balance beam, and the floor exercise. She's now the most decorated American gymnast of all time. Talk to us about the gymnastics. I feel that which I can't claim no expertise at all.
I'm no expert either, but we're seeing what is happening, and we're following Simone Biles. One, because she is the most decorated Olympian and world champion. 23 gold medals in the World Championship, 5 in an Olympics. And understanding what happened to her in the Tokyo Olympics, the issues that she went on to experience. I heard the term, the twisties. She said she didn't feel her body in the air, so she had to withdraw, which probably at that time was the best thing, considering the mental health issues that she was undergoing. However, she came back to the Paris Olympics with a bang, and everybody held their breath when she left the court for the calf, what she was feeling in her calf. But she came back for Team USA, and even the competitors were cheering for her. So it does show you that they were with her, they were for her, as well as other celebrities were there to watch her perform.
She makes gymnastics fun, doesn't it? And you look it looks simple, but... All right, so still with the Olympics, the men's individual triathlon had to be postponed due to the water quality in the River Seine not attaining the required standard. Now, I'm not sure what... explain this to me. The water not being of the right standard. What on earth is that?
All right, so you can't go into water, and being a triathlete, the water sport part of it is a part of the event. And if that part can't be held, the event can't be held. Yeah. So the pollution that was there, they can't breathe in the water. If you look at what is happening on the screen, you're seeing a lot of them. That's back in the day how they used to do it. They probably test the pH, they probably test the algae of the water, and it wasn't up to standard. So we can't put our athletes in it. There you see them testing the water to see if it was up to par. Clearly it wasn't.
I want to sound like I know what I'm talking about, but the truth is test the water to see if it's up to par. All right, I want to sound bright, but the truth is I really don't understand what that means, not at all. But it can't be a great thing that you couldn't keep the triathlon because the water was not of the quality. So I hope that whatever they have to do to get it right, they get. Yeah. All right, one more. Earlier today, the head coach of the MVP track club, that's Stephen Francis, he said a Jamaican athlete threatened to quit the team because of the unbearable heat in the Paris Athletes Village. Francis says the Jamaicans are the only ones who have been caught unprepared. At 2 p.m. in Paris today, the temperature in the French capital was recorded at 34 degrees Celsius. Now, 34 degrees, people, the sun hot. It's no joke thing. And Francis said, no, this can't work. What's your reaction to that? The
humidity, the heat was at an all-time high, and all the athletes have been complaining about the heat. Francis says that the Jamaicans were caught off guard. The other countries seem to have been prepared and got some portable air conditions for their athletes. He also made some other comments, but I can't say those on air. Yeah. However, you know Stephen Francis, and he's going to call a spade a spade. We were unprepared going in. The J-Trays would have gone in prior to, probably they didn't expect it to be this hot. So they got some fans, the rooms, but it wasn't working. It wasn't working at all, and the athletes need to be in the right frame of mind. Yeah. They have to have the right conditions for them to perform at their optimum. We don't want them dehydrated. I understand that one of the things with Paris is that it does get real hot in the day, but at night it gets cool. So yes. Those are all the little things that happens to our athletes. I tell you what though, coming up after the break, we'll be joined by Michael Carr, the coach who guided the career of 9-time Olympic medalist Shelley-Ann Fraser up to 2016. We'll also be joined by the Fireman himself. And you know who the Fireman is? Clifton George Bailey. I know the Clifton Bailey, I never know the George. And of course, Olympians Alen Bailey and Angela Chuck will also stop by. Stay with us. Paris Podium will return right after the break.
As wicked as you think you are, we live in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we live in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we live in...
To the streets of downtown Kingston to find out who the people think will be on the Paris podium. How many medals do you think Jamaica will bring home?
50%. Between 10 to 15.
8 gold and about 4 silver and about 3 bronze or 4.
We won the whole of them, but more or less, my feel so we are come up with about 20 of them.
7.
Do you think Sha'Carri will beat Shelley and Sherika in the 100 meters dash?
It's going to be difficult because, you know, Shelley have to know how. That's what I say, and Sha'Carri is a hard worker, a girl that work hard. I remember them beat her one time in a month. When she make the heap attack and can't even finish, you know. Them beat her, you know, so. You know, she go back to the drawing board, she train hard, so. She a come, but you know what? Shelly, I know for the win.
100 meter? No.
Can go either way.
The girl from Shakira, I don't think she will be able to beat the two of them. She might beat one, but not the two, okay?
Do you think Jamaica will break any world records this year?
No, not this year. Like for the sprints, I can't show about the sprints because we don't really have nobody that exceptional right now, but feel like the field events, maybe one of the jump of them or maybe one of the throw of them.
Possible to feel like say the triple jump record ever go. And possible to near using what you're talking about here. It's like the 9.5 it can go. It's fully fit.
Let's face it, for many Jamaicans, the real Olympics start when the track and field start. And we have rowing and judo and tennis. For many Jamaicans, them ask you, when the Olympics start? The Olympics started about 3 days ago. The excitement and anticipation of the sprint events, though, at the Paris Games continue to grow with track and field set to officially begin on August 1. Today, we'll examine the credentials of some of the favorites for the men's 100 meters. And joining us is Michael Carr, head coach of Wolmer's, but also a national head coach for many different programs going back, let's say 37 years. Him look young, but a long time Michael is doing the thing. And of course, Shireen is with me as well. Michael, you do?
Feeling good, I'm okay.
You're feeling good.
Well, let me just correct you right there.
Yes.
37 years at Wolmer's.
Yes.
But it's actually about 45 years coaching.
Coaching overall. Same thing. And he doesn't look at the over at 45, doesn't he? All right, so I'll get the ball rolling with all the talk coming from Noah Lyles, because whether we like it or not, Noah Lyles, the 100 meters would be the big event at the Olympics anyway, but Noah Lyles' constant lipping is making us anticipating it even more. Favorite for the men's 100, is it Noah Lyles, or are we going with Kishian or anybody else?
Well, at this point in time, you have to go with Kishian. If you're looking at form, if you're looking at also at how he executed his races so far, we haven't seen the best of him yet. He has not run 100 meters yet. At the trials, he ran 60 and just momentum took him across.
Right.
977. Now, 984, 982, 977. Noah Lyles' best time so far is what, 982 or 981?
981. He ran 981 after their trials, right?
So, if you are looking at form again, you will have to go with Kashain.
I want to tell you something. Stephen Francis made a point. That combination he talked about, 984, 982, and 977, that trio of combination is the fastest anybody has ever run at the trials. You know, the best, the nearest to that is Bolt. So over those 3 races, quarterfinal, semi-final, final, the average is 981. No other Jamaican, not Quarry, not Bolt, not Asafa, has ever run so fast in 3 races at the national trials. So those who talk about rounds, that's your answer.
And he ran after that, of course.
Yeah.
And he ran in what, 991 or something like that, defeating some of the others who are contenders also. So I would have to go on the limb and say I'm going to Kashain, and I am expecting Oblique to be somewhere there.
Yeah.
I believe strongly that we can get at least 2 medals out of that 100.
Yeah.
And you know, between Kashain and Oblique, I think they are poised to medal. What Oblique has going for him now is more experience. I mean, he has run 2/4 already at these games. So now I think he's ready. He now understands what it takes. And I think it's his time to get on the podium.
All right, that's certainly something to... Is this the race at the trials? Look at Kishian.
That's what
making it look easy.
Yeah.
All right, you speak about that experience. How much will that work against Kishian? The fact that he's competing at a global meet like this for the very first time.
That depends on the type of preparation that he has going in, and that mental aspect of things. And coming out of the MVP camp, one would believe that he is prepared because MVP camp has been there, done that. So they know what it takes. And listening to Kashain, honestly, I'm impressed by he's so calm. And he's very positive and very confident. And I don't think, I heard Steven said, we're talking about experience. All he do is run fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
He
Run
said
from here
speed
to there.
is
Yeah,
the
speed.
thing, yeah.
And it's who get there first, as he said.
The African community is hoping that Oman Yala can fly the African flag. Do you see him upsetting the apple cart with the Jamaicans and the Americans, which is where the medals usually come from? But can Oman Yala spoil the party? Do you see that at all?
I doubt that very much.
You don't
because Kashin had him the other day and you know,
brushed him off. he ran with this thing, just look at him and like, hey, this is me. So I don't see it happening. All right, so this is Noah Lyles, the guy who's been talking a lot, but he's not the star. The truth is, the fellow has some credentials. His body of work at the Olympic and the World Championships, we'll give you that in a little bit. There it is, it's on the screen. Bronze in the Olympics 2021 in Tokyo. At the World Championship, he had the gold in the 200 meters. At 2023 Budapest, he also had the 100 meters title there as well. He was also part of the American 4x1 team that won gold. So 3 gold medals in Budapest at the World Championship. 22 Eugene, 200 meters gold, silver, 2022 Eugene in the 4x1. And if you go all the way back to Doha, he was gold medalist in the 4x1 and gold in the 200 meters. So this guy comes into the Olympics with quite a body of work. He's no joke. And apart from the fact that we as Jamaicans want him lose, the truth is that he does come to the Olympics with some pedigree. You agree with that, Coach?
Yes, and you have to respect that, no matter what. But again, that's history we're talking about now, right? And what Noah Lyles is doing, and a lot of the Americans do it, they try to get into your head, right? They try to throw you off your games, saying things and doing things. Now, if we know that, we would not allow that to distract us from the main goal.
Yeah. Right? I've always wanted to know how that works. In sports where my tactics can offset yours. So in football, you are a striker coming down one wing, and we set the man upon you. In cricket, I can bowl this ball. As an athlete, where it's the uninitiated like me, it's just me versus a clock. What you and your antics have to do with me. But I know you'll see it another way. How does an athlete get into my head? Is my lane, your way of attacking? How does that affect me?
I can jump in and take this one.
Yes.
When you see them line up at the start line, all of them have a special routine. If they're not stretching, if they're not touching their toes, if they're not beating their chest, making the symbols or the sign or something to get them in that mood. Sometimes it throws off the next person, especially if they're really nervous. And then you have somebody like a Noah Lyles. Noah, who is doing the trash talking, doing the I am the greatest. Right. And then you have a country like Jamaica, who the whole nation is going to take you on. It's not Noah alone versus the field.
All right, we have to take a quick break and then we come back and develop on this. We want to hear about Oblique Seville, body of work as well. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Now, we've taken a look at Noah Lyles. We've also talked about Kishane Thompson. The other Jamaican who we expect to feature in this one is Oblique Seville, the former Calabar man. He's on screen right there. Now, this is the body of work that he brings into the Olympic Games. He was 4th in the 4x1 in Tokyo, at the Tokyo Olympics. He won bronze in Budapest in the 4x100 as well. That heartbreaking 4th at the World Championship last year when He said, I could have done a little better to be on the podium. Didn't quite work out. He was also in the 4x1 team that finished fourth in Eugene and fourth again in Eugene in the 100 meters. So this guy, despite his obvious talent, a former champs 100 meters record holder, by the way, has not yet tasted the podium at a big meet. Will that be a factor, Coach? The fact that he's good, but him not reach the promised land yet?
Yes, it could be a factor, but a motivating factor.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Having been there, now he has won 4 fourth places, whether relay or individual. I believe he now believes this is now his time. And that alone, I think, will motivate him to try to get on the podium at this time. And I think he's in good shape. He has the potential to do that.
Yeah.
One of Oblique's close friends said if Oblique pretends he's running at champs and just let it flow, he'll get on that podium.
Boy, I tell you, when you believe that there are 2 other contenders better than you, Coach, do you as Oblique say, I am going to go with Kishian? Let's say he 4, 5, 6 usually are the best lanes. Does he say, Kishian, anything you do, I'm doing, no Lyles? Or does he just say, listen, your lane, you're not running against nobody, close your eyes, go. How much of that dynamic is running against these 2 people or running against a clock?
You, again, like I said, it's about focusing on your lane. No matter what happens around you, it is your lane. That is your lane. So you cannot afford to be thrown off a game by somebody else. Signs. What that tells you right away is that you're not ready mentally. Because if you're going to be distracted by somebody else, you're not focused.
Yeah. One name that we did not call is Simbini.
I don't see him as a threat.
So for you, it's straight up 3. The 2 Jamaicans and the Americans. Are there any other? Which other American is there? Coleman, I think.
Yeah. Well,
is he likely to be a factor?
He, I think, probably would be a factor more than Simbini.
Yes.
Coleman has a very good start. Very, very good start. And if he gets going, he can be the fly in the ointment.
The spoiler, as they say in Jamaica.
And I like to watch the rounds. So after the first and the second round, then we can start saying what Mr. Carey is saying in terms of the 3 medalists. The coach is here, and the coach will look at the form and everything and can give you that kind of analysis. But we, the plebs, and just the entertainment factor of the thing, will say, no, man, him never looks so good in the rounds. But that's what we will use.
All right. We'll have to take a break at this point in time. Now, we will have the fireman in the house when we come back for this, our final section. Yeah, you know, Caperton, Clifton George Bailey. I haven't said that one more time. Caperton don't kill me. We'll have him talking mainly, well, I'm not even going to tell you what he's talking about. Just prepare for the king just after the break. Super.
We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in a
Welcome to Paris Podium. Now our next guest is a reggae and dancehall icon that goes by many names. King Shango, King David, the Fireman, the Prophet. He's the brother to Jamaica's 4x1 relay gold medalist from Athens. We all remember Alen Bailey. CVM TV is pleased to welcome the fireman himself. Caperton, big up yourself, boss. Good to have you on the set, sir. I see the man in them colours and thing.
Don't, because we have to represent, you know.
Yeah, man, I love it.
Can't be a sellout, you know.
I love
to the heritage and the culture.
We cannot have Caperton and not talk some music, but I'm going to save that for the next few minutes. People, I don't think I've ever heard Caperton talking about Alen Bailey, about what their, shall we say, athletic past. People I know you have a sister with that fast and that good. Yeah. What was your background as a youth growing up as far as sports was concerned?
Sports, well, we used to run with the school, but you know that I just run for house, you know.
Yeah.
You see me?
Because people still see, you know, I said this man fit, you know.
I'm faster, yeah. Yeah, you see me? But so I used to love football, too. I really play the game, but yeah, I love football.
For people who don't know, Caperton is a big Arsenal fan here, so we have talked on the radio and said about it before. You still support the Gunner?
Yeah, man, Gunners for life, man, you know. Yeah, loyalty has always been the key, you know what I mean? We don't sell out.
Okay.
I'm going to jump on bandwagon, yeah?
Okay. So the
Olympics. Stay loyal and stay true.
The Olympics coming up. Which event are you looking forward to the most?
Basically everything what we're doing now.
Right.
Yeah, man, as a Jamaican. You know
as a Jamaican.
Yeah, as a Jamaican. We're ready for everything, you know. So we just want, you know, give my blessing and my love, you know. It's all about the A game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mentally prepared and, you know, bring home the goals, them, you know what I mean? Right. Bring home the medals, preferably gold, you know?
I'm sure Shireen and even Michael might want to ask Caperton a thing or two. But my final one before we branch out and talk some other things. When you are outside of Jamaica, I know that people talk about the Bob Marleys and the other musicians, but how big is sports a factor? How big, for example, is Bolt and the Jamaican sports culture outside of Jamaica?
Very big.
Big?
Yeah, man, very big.
Okay.
You know, remember I said Jamaica are the most people, remember the paradise, are the heaven, you know what I mean? Are the everything. Jamaica, people, more time when you're out there, you see how people gravitate to a culture, more time you will get jealous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As an original Jamaican, you know what I mean? Because more time people live our culture more time. But it's like, we just have a value our thing more, you know what I mean? And pay more attention as the creator, you know what I mean? Nobody through you create it, you make it seem like, you know, and because I'm the creator, you know what I mean?
What is your explanation why Jamaicans run so fast? When you look at a little dot on the map and we can produce the grades in sprinting that we have. Let me pick your head a little bit, because I've heard all kind of reasons. Why do you think we run so fast as Jamaicans?
I guess we are just, we're just blessed, you know. Jamaica, you know, I would say Jamaica, a God, yeah, you know.
God, yeah.
Yeah, man, for real. Whatever, in name Jamaica, you know what I mean? And true we are so a spiritual, you know, people, you know what I mean? And, you know, we love God.
Bless it.
Yeah, we have the heart of God, you know what I mean?
All right.
So we're blessed with everything. Good. The best of everything we can think about. The best water, the best food, you know what I mean? We're blessed in sport, we're blessed in music.
I have somebody on Zoom that Caperton may have known a little bit about. That lady there, Caperton. How are you, Alen?
I'm doing good. How about you?
We are good, but we are good to have a gentleman called Clifton that you may know a little bit of. And we are good to have you on Zoom as well.
Yeah, no, he's my baby brother. I know a little bit about him.
What was this?
Not much. All right.
Yeah, man, much love and blessing, you know?
Yes.
Good. I'm excited. Their show is back.
Yeah.
All right. So now we can segue a little bit to the, what's the name of it? St. Mary me come from?
Yeah, St. Mary come from.
Is that still the title?
Yeah.
That will be coming up in a while. Tell us a little bit more. Understand it's this Monday?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's Grazing Sports Complex and Atta Bay St. Mary. And, you know, it's a charitable event that we give back to schools, give back to hospitals, we give back to community centers, reform centers. We give back to people with disability, you know what I mean? And it's a charitable event.
But let me ask a question. Why was it important to you, Clifton Bailey, as a St. Mary, and I give you that title, to put on a show like this as an entertainer in the business?
As an entertainer in the business. Away from the charitable event, the charitable part of it, because, you know, I'm a humanitarian, you know what I mean? I love to give back, you know, and, you know, giving back to the community always been a great energy for me. But the reason why I came up with the St. Mary I come from, it was like a homegrown thing. Because when I go sub and check the record and check the amount of artists who were born at St. Mary, you know what I mean? Like Barry Salmon, like Ninja Man, Josie Whale, Lady Sant, Tanya Stevens, the Capleton, Admiral Tibet, name it and it goes out. Even the young one, them like Paned, Munga, Ugana, who's still here, you know what I mean? Yeah, but we still share the blessing. So not because it's a St. Mary, we still give outside the surrounding parish. Like we give back to Portland, we give back to St. Anne, we give back to St. Catherine, we give back to St. Andrew. So we still share the glory. Because we say, you know, giving and sharing has always been the act of God, you know what I mean? And just saying bless a cheerful giver, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And as a role model, then we still have a set standard where, you know what I mean, youth will emulate you, them can, you know, see the great work. And
hold on, Capleton can just reel off the artists that may come from St. Mary. I'm sure there must be some good athletes from St. Mary as well.
What are some of the names?
That's some of the names.
Yeah.
Alen, give us some non-artists, but them big in that. I know Gregory Harton was from St. Mary, and of course Clifton Bailey. Who else that comes to mind?
So Beverly McDonald, Michael McDonald, Jesus.
Jesus, though?
Yeah, those.
Why not?
Yes, those are two names.
Oh God, I'm Joy O'Brien because she went to St. Mary I. She was like one of the first Olympians from the parish. Jesus, why am I drawing a blank?
Jacqueline Pusey?
That's the name.
That's why we have the track and field minds in here as well.
Yeah, I was drawing a blank. So yeah, we do have. I think we have more musicians than athletes, though.
Nicole Mitchell, I think, came from St. Mary too. Nicole Mitchell.
Yes, Nicole.
She went to St. Mary High.
That's right, St. Mary High. Yeah.
Right. She came to Woolman's.
This one Monday, any names that you want to call who'll be there beside you as
man, some of the biggest names there, man. From Beanie Man, you know, Busy Signal. We have Irene, we have Bushman.
That's so good. I think a lot of them are feeling the need to give back. I think a lot of them want to give back and support you too.
Yeah.
You know, those who are from St. Mary and support you. What are some of the ticket outlets, if you can remember any? Ticket outlets, I think, are all over.
All over.
Where people can get tickets.
All over Anata Bay, Ocho Rios and Kingston.
Yeah, Montego Bay straight to Negro.
They say look for the sign.
Kingston, look for the sign,
All right. How do you manage on the night when St. Mary may come from keeping between Capleton the artist and Capleton the organizer? How do you adjust and balance your time?
We just go with the flow, you know what I mean?
So sometimes you'll be needed for organize, but when it's artist time, you can just get in that zone and forget all that.
Definitely.
And in performing too, right?
Yeah, of course. I have to do two things to see me, you know what I mean?
All right. Make us see each one of we if we can find out our favorite Capleton song. We'll start with you, Alen. What is your favorite Capleton tune?
I think it's everybody's favorite tour.
Our family from Jamaica go on foreign pan tour, teaching the people for sure. Answer to Jamaica when knock on the door. If you ignore, you're going to perish for sure. Come back to Jamaica, everything insecure. Rich I get rich, and the poor I get poor. Come back from yourself and next call more. You, Mikey.
Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world.
Small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. Small world. Bad as you think you are, we're living in a small world. Small world. Tough as you think you are, we're living in a, don't want your name, alright, that day will come, when I just stand and see all those wicked men, in the fire getting burned, that day will come, when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run, that day will come, when I shall see their handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and...
When it comes to you, I have a whole heap of favorites, you know. My favorite is... I don't know what it named, but it's when you say, burning you.
I will never stop. Always keep the fire.
Burning.
Yeah, man, I bless it, man.
That's my one.
I don't know about my favorite, but Capleton have a song where one at the time I didn't hear what he was saying. I'm a big Capleton fan.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
Don't change, we gonna do something about it. Or rearrange, we gonna do something about it. Don't change, we gonna do something about it. Well, if we're gonna do it,
so that is it. Cape Town, if you can go to St. Mary, me come from.
Right.
This Monday night, grazing, starting time.
7.
7 in the night.
Gates open 5.
Gates open from 5.
Yeah.
Showtime 7.
Showtime 7.
You see Cape Town, as you heard, too many artists to mention.
Yeah, man, artists like crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Alen, will you be there for people who want to meet you for pictures and autographs and things?
Yes. I'm actually coming home for it. He doesn't know yet. Well, he knows now.
The secret does fire right here at CVM. Thank you very much, Alen, for being a part of it. Of course, we'll continue to talk to you as the Olympics heats up. We'll definitely be hearing from you. Cape Town, I can't tell people, Cape Town, I interact with him every now and again. Me never did know, say, King Shango would be so humble. Like, as I growing up, from Cape Town, save up and thing. When I met the guy, I was like, they know that brother is so normal. And it's one of the things I admire about him.
Humbleness is really the key, simplicity is the key, you know what I mean?
Right.
The discipline and the diligence, the humility and the tolerance, you know what I mean? Don't make the hype get to your head, you know what I mean?
All right, we have to leave, so we probably have 20 seconds to the break. You have to take us out to that show, to the break.
With that tune?
Yeah, man.
Which one? Which one? It's a rocky road, the road is so rough, a rocky road, the road is so tough, rocky road, road is so rough, rocky road. Yeah, well, I've been treading this road for the longest while, my career, no for them want for soil, hey, treading this road for the longest while, never yet try papa fall another man coil, treading this road for the longest while, long time the prophet and him not stop till the soil, treading this road for the longest while, give away more than 1/10 of the spoil, treading this road for the longest while, still my lamp never run out of oil, this a one you have to real, tell them on the bargain, tell them on the deal.
Y'all leave before the show done.
this is Delrose Miller-Brown from Canada, by way of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Just want you to know that Jamaicans everywhere will be representing Jamaica to the max in Paris. Nails done, hair done, bag ready. Ooh. Didn't think I could get that far. Shoe ready, jacket round waist, and I just airport me I go. Wait till me reach Paris. Anywho, Jamaicans, I know the spirit is alive and well, and we'll be turning it up for Jamaicans. It's going to be a great tournament. I want everybody to just really, really sink into that spirit and have a great time. Take care.
I am here and ready in my colors. Welcome back to Paris Podium. Our next guest is a two-time Olympian, having participated in the 2000 Sydney Olympics, as well as the 2004 Athens Games. She specialized in the freestyle events and is a former 200-meter freestyle winner at the 2002 CAC Games. Welcome, Miss Angela Dawn-Kane. Welcome to Paris Podium again.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Awesome.
As an Olympian, because we've spoken to Olympians who have done track and some on the field, but we don't speak enough about the other side. You as an Olympic swimmer, what was that like?
You know, I grew up swimming. I mean, I learned to swim when I was 4. My father was the YMCA chairman, and so I learned to swim there, and he was in the meetings. He didn't want us to interrupt. He said, go and learn to swim, and that's how we got started. But then, you know, Jackie Beckford Walter, she was my coach at Tornadoes. And so, you know, just training with her and all my teammates and really pushing, and then going to all the
How old were you when you started?
I was 4 when I learned. I was about 6 when I started to compete. And really, I used to do ballet, a little bit of tennis, a little bit of netball, but then I really started to buckle down on the swimming. And maybe about 12 or 13 was when I decided it was kind of between ballet and swimming, and I went with swimming, and it actually worked out. So, so that's you know, I went to Clifton Games, I went to CISC, CC Can, CAC, all of those, you know, going all the way, Commonwealth Games, all of those going
What was the training like to become the Olympian that you did to represent us?
It's not easy. And, you know, you have to make some sacrifices, and you have to be disciplined. And, I mean, I think of sacrifices like I missed my immaculate graduation because I was at CC Can in Cuba. I missed my best friend's Sweet 16 because I was at another meet. And, you know, you just have to do those things that are going to move you along the way to, you know, make those stepping stones towards the Olympics.
Learning to swim is one thing, but to be a competitor is another. When did you make that decision in your mind that not just learning to swim, but I actually want to compete? I want to beat up people in the pool.
Well, I'm one of 4. I have 3 sisters. So we were always competitive in everything. So I think, you know, it was always like, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. And so I think, you know, along the way, you know, especially being from a small country like Jamaica, you don't see swimming, you know, as often. Yes, we've had, you know, Alia Atkinson and Janelle Atkinson and all of those that we've had recently. So I think, you know, that mindset of like, what can I do that people don't think I can do, you know, getting that competitive spirit.
We were seeing some pics on screen, clearly with some Olympians. I saw Bolt, and I would have seen Asaf and so on. These are the pics I was talking about. When were these taken? I know you would have gone to an Olympics before. Were these pictures?
This one was Athens. This one was
Athens,
yes.
2004.
Yes.
Okay. What was that?
And right there, that one you saying that was his 18th birthday.
Where was this?
That was in Athens.
And yes. Bolt was in Athens at,
Bolt
20,
was
at 18.
Yes, I think if I remember correctly, they took him because they knew he was. They said they knew he was going to be a phenom, and I believe he was a little injured or something, so he didn't actually compete. Do you remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
How did you do at the? You can't remember your performances at the Athens Olympics.
You know, I think I did a best time. I think I did well. And you know, it's a long time ago. That was 20 years ago. But I remember being satisfied with how I swam at that meet.
Question: was swimming always your first love? Did you have another sport?
I do think that was probably my first love. I think, you know, my father used to play tennis, and I think my mother played a little bit as well. So we got started in a bunch of different sports. And, you know, one of the theories now is that you shouldn't really specialize too young because you might get some burnout. But swimming, you know, and if you really follow like the horoscope thing, I'm an Aquarian. So, so you know, the water sports were really my passion.
My final one for you. We have some swimmers at the Olympics. Sabrina Lynn, I think her name is.
Yes.
How do you think that we'll do in swimming in Paris?
You know, I think however they do, they're going to do us proud. You know, I actually did a little message for them on Instagram that the Aquatic Association asked me to do. And I said, you know, you can't take anything, you can't take it away from them. It is.
Coach, I see you have one quick one to ask.
I just want to ask you. You swam probably about a number of years ago. How is it then in comparison to now? Is there are you seeing improvement in the swimming arena, or what's happening in that area?
Oh yes, that's a fantastic question actually. There is so much that's changing now in philosophy and theory of swimming and how you're training. It used to be really just like pound out the yardage, pound out the meters, just really go, but now it's more into, you know, and I actually coached for 16 years, and it's more dialing into like the sprinting and strength and different things like that, and how you're going to be able to, and the mental side too, you know, that's a big thing. And swimming has actually changed some of their technology. Yes, and I was actually saying to my sister who also swam, they now have this backstroke wedge, you know, where you don't slip anymore in the water. They have a wedge on the block, you know, so that's why you do see some of those times improving, and world records, Olympic records, and yes, exactly. All the different things have, you know, been just improving over the years. So, you know, that way, you know, the records keep falling.
Okay. All right, so that just about does it for our Paris podium for this evening. We thank all of the people who came together to make it work. Thanks to the Fireman for passing through. Thanks to all that would have happened. Big up to Mikhail, continues to work hard. I made a joke last night. He'll lose about 10 pounds by the time this Olympics is done, but it's all in good fun. Ladies and Sarkar, thank you very much for being a part of it. Join us.
Thank you for having me as well.
Join us tomorrow, same time, same place, CVM TV at 8 o'clock. Paris Podium, you don't want to miss it. Until then, thank you.
Devil them a deal with the shot of them, God. If that they take it, me say matter them. Me slaughter them, we slaughter them, bad. We matter them, bad. Which part of them, bad? Which part of them? Which part of them? Alright then. Now no speed and not try overtake again. Them not real so me say them a fake again. So me come here to go burn out the 8 of them. Next burn up the rat race of them. Them a smile but me no say a trick.